Hey guys, my name is Lily and today I want to make a bow drill fire, and as you can see it has snowed yesterday, so it's really cold today and the floor is very wet from the snow. And yeah, today I want to make a bow drill fire because making it in winter time really shows what kind of wood you're carved out of. So making a bow drill fire in summertime is quite easy, but when it's cold and wet, it's a different story. So the first thing that I'm doing is I'm collecting some tinder, and here I have this fluffy material which is going to do great in extending the coal of the bow drill amber. And this makes great tinder, but it's not good when you just take this tinder alone because it doesn't burn properly. So this fluffy stuff glows more than it burns. Glowing is good, but you need something that burns as well. So for the second half of the tinder I'm going to collect some grasses, and when collecting grasses you have to make sure that they are not wet. So here you can see some grasses, and this is above the snow and it should be dry. Here I have more grasses. Oh my god, that's what I'm looking for. Look at that. Yeah. So this is what I want here. This fluffy stuff burns the best. So I'm very lucky today that the tinder is dry. If it was not dry, I would put it into my pockets to dry it out with my body warmth. But because it's so dry today, I will just put it into my possibles pouch that I have here. Okay, this is a very good spot to look for dry grass, and as you can see, in summertime some grasses grew onto this small shrub here, and then when it died off it got completely dried out on this natural drying rack. And yeah, this is the best stuff that you can get. It doesn't get any better than this. Look at that, I found even more dried grasses. That's awesome. That's exactly what I need for my tinder bundle. Now I'm searching for the right wood for the bow drill, and for a bow drill kit you want to have wood that is dry and soft, and also you don't want to have any resin inside of the wood because the resin is acting as a lubricant and it's not good for the friction of the spindle. So now I'm going to cut off one of these willow branches here that have died. Okay, so I'm seeing a couple of dead branches here, and this one would be great, but it's too old and too rotten. So if the wood is like this, it's maybe not a good idea to take it. It might still work, but I have better material here. Let's check out this one. Ah, this is good. If the wood snaps like this, it means that it's bone dry. Ooh, that's too gone. Too old. Nah. No, I'm not going to take that. Okay, this stem here is in a diagonal fashion. It's hanging up in the tree and it seems to be dry. So I think I'm going to give this branch a go. It seems nice. Okay, so I got my stuff. I have this small piece of wood. This is going to be the spindle, and this thicker piece is going to be the fireboard, which is going to lay on the floor. And from now on I want to keep this stuff off of the ground. So what I'm doing is I'm putting it into the backpack, and this way it will stay dry. So it's really cold, and I'm happy for every layer of clothing that I have on my body right now. So if this was for real, Oh my god. Imagine if this was a real survival situation. I'm really glad that I have enough of clothing on me, and every extra layer helps keeping you warm. And also always make sure that you put some kind of blanket or sleeping bags into your car, because if your car breaks down in wintertime and you don't have enough of gas in the car left, it can end really ugly. Whew. Alright, so now I'm using my knife to baton this log, and I have put it onto my backpack so it doesn't get wet from the cold snow. I roughly have batoned the spindle, and batoning is great because it's going to save you a lot of time, because when you just carve this it will take much longer, and also it's going to wear off your blade. Okay, so batoning is great for being faster, more efficient, and it will save the sharpness of your blade. Okay, so now I need to carve the rest of the spindle, and I will make it as thick as my small finger. It's looking like a spindle already. It's still a little bit thick, and the thinner the spindle is, the easier it will be to drill, because it has less friction. Okay, I think I will leave it like this now. Okay, now I need to step onto the fireboard, but first I'm going to get off the snow off of my boots to make sure that no snow is falling onto the amber. And first I'm going to drill with my left hand, because I've trained myself in the Bowdrill with 2 arms, so that I have double the tries that I would have with only 1 arm. And here I got this hazelnut bow, and today I'm using paracord for the bow. And if you do not have paracord, you can always take your shoelaces. Amy, beat that. So now I'm going to make a small notch. At least I'm trying to make one which is not too small and not too wide. Alright, so this is my notch. It's a little bit wide, but I think it's still okay. If you make it too wide, the spindle will kick out of the hole, and if you make it too narrow, the amber won't form correctly. So I think it will be okay. Okay, now I'm taking a little bit of this dried tinder that I collected before, and I place it underneath the hole, and this will catch all of the dust, and then the amber should form quite quickly. And also with this tinder underneath, you can then carry the amber around. Oh, dang. Yeah. Unfortunately, I made the notch a little bit too big. Sometimes that happens when I'm not concentrated enough. So now I have to drill a new hole. But first I'm going to remove this tinder and put it back into my pocket. Okay, now it's time to make a new notch. This one was too big, so I will try it a little bit smaller this time. Okay, the second notch looks more narrow, and yeah, I hope that this is going to work now. Didn't work. I think the notch was too narrow. Okay, now let's try it again. It should work this time. So the notch is a little bit something in between the first one and the second one. Here we go. Yeah. 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 Nice. Nice. Yes. It's a very small amber, and now it's slowly growing into something stronger and bigger. It's okay. It's okay. Okay, so my big problem that I have is I know how it works, I know how to do the bow drill, but if I cannot do it with the first 2 tries, I do not have the strength anymore to do another try right away. and this is why today I've cheated a little bit and I've taken this skateboard wheel, which makes it even easier. So this is probably the best bearing block that you can have, and here on my knife I've drilled a hole, and this is also a very good handhold, but it's not as good as this one here. So usually I have 2 tries, and then I have to wait a couple of hours, and then I have another 2 tries. So I probably have 8 tries in a day, and yeah, today I just didn't want to wait 3 hours until I try again, so I just have taken the skateboard wheel. But Bowdrill fires can be done in winter time, and it's difficult, but it's possible. Now, alone it's always harder. With a second person it's always easier to make the Bowdrill, because you will have many more tries if you are 2 persons and working on the Bowdrill set. So alone it's a little bit difficult, but hey, everything is going to be much easier if you have a second person with you in a survival situation. Okay guys, so this is it for today. I really want to thank you for watching, and my knife here should be back in stock again next week, and it will be back in stock in Europe and in the USA. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned till next time.